Okay, good day, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. You have to be the risk in the trading, future trading. Please make sure you read the disclosure. What we are doing, we are sharing our new signals. As an example, you have an ES. Your entry is 26.2175. Your target is 26.44. From that entry signal, we nailed 79 ticks. On the YM buy entry 241.25, the target was 24.269. So as an example, you see where's the buy entry on the ES. We hit the target, as you see on the chart. We hit the target right to the tick on the chart. Now we have the target on the YM. The target is 24.269, and the Nasdaq is 65.90. The target and the entry is 65.01. So what we are doing, we are sharing the three basic charts, and here is your entry, and there is a little resistance on the Nasdaq at 65.8650. So there is a little resistance right there, and as you see right now, we just had a new signal on the CL, and you see the automated trading what it does, like what you see. You can put it on the bar close or at the signal entry, and we are heading to the target. The target is 63.13, and then the trailing stop is based on the fib. So right now, we are looking for a new signal, short trade, and the Nasdaq and the YM has not hit the target yet. So we are waiting to see if those targets will hit. On the swing trading, let's look at the Russell. The Russell, we have that trade right now. Is the entry at 1527 has not closed. On the YM, we have the entry at 241.44, and we're still on that trade from pretty good time actually. And the CL, it just closed the CL. We just closed the CL. Those are based on the 3 minutes and nailed 1820. On the DAX, we had one trade earlier this morning and nailed the 29.5537. I think we're still in a trade on a NASDAQ, and that NASDAQ is 1885 based on one trade. ES 1950. This is not bad for an ES on Monday. And a 30-year Treasury bond, you can see we are on a short entry, and this is not bad for first entry for today. So we will keep it on the ES. This is your ES. Now hit a couple thousand on that trade. And this is very nice. And you can see from the market analyzer here on the other system, we're already hit the target. And now we climb in one more time to retest it. But anyway, if we look at the ES right now, we have the target followed by a resistance line at 26.45, and then we have a double resistance at 26.4650. So this is a really critical area to go long, and it is really no longer valid to take a long trade. Actually, right now you need to start looking an exit if you are on any long trade, and then we need to look for short entry. So this is what it's all about. So right now, if you are trading the ES as an example on an auto trade, on the swing trading, you can see from the other system, you will be bumped into trouble around 45.75, and you have to be aware of that. You're very welcome. We do that free, sharing our signals with everybody. And please be aware that we are not responsible for your trade, and we do not guarantee anything. We just sharing those signals as a second opinion. Whether you take it or not, this is not our problem. So please, we're just sharing our signals, and we are expecting you to do your own job on your own chart for whatever system you have. We have a lot of respect for the system you are using. We have nothing to do with the system you are using. Whatever system you have on your under your sleeves, that's very good. This is your second opinion only, and we are not calling the trades for you. We just sharing the signals, and then it's up to you. You want to be aware of our signals or not. So right now, if we look at this one, those are basic charts. 1 minute basic chart, YM 1 minute, and the Nasdaq 1 minute, and the swing automated trading right now. It is based all of them those on 3 minutes. So we can see right now, once we hit those targets, there is nothing really to go on a long side. And actually, we will wait on the system to give us a short trade. Once you, for the ES trader right now, once you hit this 46 level, you're gonna be in trouble right there, and could be a little sideways, and that can cause a lot of. So you gotta be very careful right now. Uh, a lot of profit taking is gonna be around those level. Let me clear out what's going on the YM for your own just information. Our target is around 24,307, but we have a resistance line at 2483, and this is a very important one. And then we have here actually a double resistance on the Nasdaq, and it's gonna be a little problem. Then followed by major resistance at 95.75, and then the target is 59.50. So it requires a lot of buyers to break all those levels, and if there is no buyers in there, there is a good possibility for this market to kick back on those numbers. So we are in a very critical area here. If you are going long, now you need to start finding your settlement on that one here and trying to find closing in position. Or if you want let the auto trade take those closing position, is fine. But right now you need to get ready to close your long positions at anyone. If we are looking at if we are looking at the Russell, right now is fine. At the YM, it is around 1200 on the swing trading. CL, we just closed the CL right now. It was a beautiful run on the CL and nailed 1800. DAX closed at 2953. NASDAQ, we climb into 2425. This is a 3 minute chart, folks. And if you look at the NASDAQ right now, this is the swing trading. This is the signal automated trading. There are two different systems. So right now we have, let's keep our eye on the 95.25. This is could be a problem. If we can break those area, so now we are climbing to the 6604.25. So it is very important now to keep your eye on this Nasdaq. Let me try to. Those are our signal, and those are our fibs, and our fibs, they are pretty well accurate. So look at this one here, and look where is this Nasdaq hold on to. Beautiful, beautiful. We need some strength in the buying. Okay, there we go. It's gonna make a lot of difference on your trading if you are aware what's going on. If you are looking at the ES, let's look at the ES. It's doing okay. And let's look at the YM. It's doing very okay. But the Nasdaq, it is really, there we go. If you notice right now on this chart here, let me try to make it big a little bit so we can see what's going on. This is what I was talking about. The Nasdaq came in exactly, if you notice, to our major fib line. For our traders, this is your $35 zone. Those are the most accurate system ever came out. And you can see it's 65, 95, 25. This is where the market on the Nasdaq rejected. You know, for those $35, this is really, even if you are auto traded, if you notice right now on the Nasdaq, that can make a lot of difference if you decided you want to take a manual closing order or not. So if you are auto trading and you see those here, you have to respect them. and you can see how this they got rejected to the tick. And right now, you can see we have fired a reversal on this one, and the reversal is not a repainter, repaint indicator. It is stays where it fires those reversals. So this is where you can see this Nasdaq is struggling to hit the target, and we can see where the market got rejected from our fib line, and this is where you can see right in front of you between the Nasdaq and Dow Jones and YM. Look, there is a lot of bread you lost if you are not aware of that. So that is going to cause you to go in again in the market, which is going to create much more dangers every time you go into the market. So I'm going to stay a little bit quiet and we watch this market. Right now we have 680 ticks based on the last signal. And on the swing trading here, the signal swing trading is an ES 89 ticks, YM 106 ticks, NASDAQ 361 ticks, Russell 59 ticks, CL 7 ticks because we just hit the new signal. And now that we have a little pullback, that's okay. The DAX 86 ticks, gold down 11 ticks, and then the 6E down 12, and then the 30-year Treasury bond up 7 ticks. Total of 713 ticks at the moment. So if we look at the Nasdaq right now, we are trying the Nasdaq. This is really the trouble right now at the Nasdaq. So you gotta keep your eye, and you need to mark on your trading chart the 65.95. It is really a key in the Nasdaq, and if we cross it, then we are hitting the 66.0475. There is nothing is going to hold this Nasdaq to climb to this 66.05. This is a huge difference between this number and that number's up there, 66.05. And the same story on the YM. There is a pullback, come into the yellow line at 24,230. And now we are going back to retest this resistance line at 24,283. The struggling on the ES, it hit the target the first time. But right now, if you notice here, we have a double resistance at 26.46, 26.46.50. Once you have a double resistance, that means this market is going to require a lot of buyers to penetrate those walls. And we will look at it as we watching it. You're very welcome to copy our trades or copy our signals for free. We are not, again, we're not responsible for your trades. We cannot guarantee you any success or anything like that. We just share in our signal, and it's up to you to take it or on a sim or something for a practice, education only. And we are not responsible for your own trading. I'll stay quiet for a few minutes, and then if I see something happen, I'll be more than glad to show you or share my information with you guys. So I'm gonna stay a little bit quiet for a few minutes until we see what will happen in this market. So please be careful with your trading. Thank you. If we notice on the NASDAQ, we hit it one time, two times, three times, and right here is four times. Right in front of you, we had the reversal. And from the reversal, we never really came back to the support line at the yellow line. It is 65.8425, and it was struggling on the 95 area as expected. That is going to make a lot of difference in your trade. So let's look on the 30-year Treasury bond. Also, there is a pullback. ES is still above a couple thousand, but it will be back. It will be nice if we are holding the support area here at 42.25. But look, I mean, the details is right there. You have one resistance line at 45.25, one resistance line at 46.25, and one resistance line at 47.25. It requires a lot of buyers to move to break all those areas. So there is not much going on. We're waiting. Look at the Nasdaq, 2575 on the Nasdaq. Let's see. We have 719 ticks from based on the last signal. Let's look at the 5 minutes. The YM, we still on one trade on the 5 minutes. The next, the ES, we are on 23.25, and the Nasdaq on 1500. So actually, the 3 minutes did a little bit better on the Nasdaq, and on the ES. Let's look at the ES. On the ES, the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes almost the same. And NASDAQ 1600. And the NASDAQ, no, actually on the 3 minutes, we got the NASDAQ a lot better than the 5 minutes. We're just waiting. Now we can see why we have a turbulence right now and the struggling around those areas here in the market. That can drive us crazy if you are scalping the market. Okay, it seems like it's taking off. Very nice. It's very clear where the ES is struggling. Maybe if I can make it look a bit bigger, you can see those numbers. Okay. Start taking off. Wow. Keep your eye on the YM. We have a double resistance on the YM at 24.20, 24.277. We have the first resistance line, and we have the 24.283 on the second resistance line. So keep your eye on those double resistance on the YM. And the Nasdaq is fixing to. Actually, there is nothing holding the Nasdaq at the moment. We have one resistance line at 66.10.25. Let's see what will happen. Oh man, beautiful, amazing. Really, sometimes the market surprises you. Wow. You can see where the ES is struggling on the resistance line here at 26.47.25. Right to the tick. And look at the NASDAQ, folks. I don't know if you can see it very loud and clear. We have a resistance at 66.10.25 to the tick. Look, I hope you can see it. To the tick. And if we notice the YM, same story on the YM. We have a double resistance as expected. So let's see. Look, if you notice the ES is right at our resistance line at 47.25, and you can see to the tick on NASDAQ 66.10.25. This is amazing. This is amazing. Let's see. Let's look at the 5 minutes. The YM is doing very well on the base on the 5 minutes. The NASDAQ, couple thousand, and the ES 26. What we have on the ES here? We have 24.50, almost the same prices. Look at this. Look at the NASDAQ where it is, 66.10. The YM, and look where is the ES. The first hit, it was 47.25. The second hit, 47.25. And look where it is struggling, 47.25. The same number. The same number. But it's not that far from the target. Right now now we are at 800 ticks based on one contract on those here on that system. Wow, there is a buyers coming in on the Nasdaq, buyers coming in on the ES, buyers over the sellers. 3 different time frame. You can see the buyers over the sellers. Let's see if they are able to break it. The Nasdaq hit the 3,105. This is nice. Based on 3 minutes. Okay. We're about to hit all the targets, folks. We're about to hit all the targets. You see what is the YM struggling on this double resistance? We knew that already. Look at this, the YM to the line, 24,277, right there. Double resistance. The same area here struggling, but they're about to hit the target, but it's gonna take a little time. Amazing. Okay, I'll stay quiet for a few seconds and see once the market hit the target. If we notice on the YM bar, we have 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars on the YM. You can see them exactly to our resistance line right there. 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, exactly to the 24,277. You don't have to be a weasel with a trading, but those can help any guy understand if he's auto trading and he catch a good trend on the auto trade. He can evaluate it and see if you want to close position by himself. I mean, the auto trade is gonna close position, but if you're gonna maximize your if you catch a trend and you want to maximize it, it is very important to understand where is those levels in the market. You don't have to be genius. You don't have to be a weasel with a trading. You don't have to be an expert with a trading, but at least you have to understand what is the support resistance line and major support and major resistance, because those have a big impact on your performance. If you want to just looking at it, it's gonna make a world of difference. So now we are out of the wood with the Nasdaq. We are already broke that area, the 66.10.25. And the problem right now, and we are finished with this turbulence on the ES. Now the problem is with the YM, we have a double resistance, and it's not going well with the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones. So we can see the ES. There is a clearance to the target. There is nothing that's going to hold back this the ES. The same story here on the YM. Plus, we have a signal here. The arrow is showing you there is we are in a clearance. But the problem here is this YM keep kicking back. We have a double resistance, and we need this YM to follow the ES and the Nasdaq. It is very important to be in sequence with those three. Sometimes the Nasdaq goes by himself. That's very. I mean, in the old days, the Nasdaq used to follow the ES blindly, but right now the Nasdaq is an independent instrument. But also, if you notice, usually the Nasdaq, when we are coming into major support resistance line at the ES, he sits on the side until this ES break major areas. So you cannot avoid looking at the ES, because the ES, it is the base signal for the whole market, whether we like it or not. So now we can see the ES is out of the wood, and that is going to be driving a lot of traders crazy here in this area here. But we can see where is the problem on the YM. We are on a double resistance, and we're not able to penetrate those levels, which that make the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones pull back. Those things a trader should evaluate or should understand what's going on in it. So let's look on the Nasdaq. We're still above the 3,000 ES. We are above 20. Okay, we hit 2,500 on it. And it is very important to see this YM climbing. And you can see this YM start losing a little momentum here. We only have 1,100 actually on that one. So let's go back to the ES. 2450, Nasdaq 32. So okay, I'll stay quiet and see how this market develops. Okay, guys, that's all what we have for today. We have a new signal on the 30-year Treasury bond. The entry is long 145.20, target 145.25. When we have a new signal on the 30-year Treasury bond, long, that's mean your ES, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones, you need to close positions. And now the selling is start coming in. So thank you very much, and we'll see you later on. God bless you all. Bye for now.